In my neighborhood, we're doing something for a reason. It's the coolest thing. We're rappelling. I want to welcome my guests who are here. Tia Lynn Scott, who's the executive director, Critically Loved. We also have Eddie Bobbitt, Executive Director, Camp Quality. I love those babies. Love, 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 love those babies. Andrew Soliday, who is here, Marketing Director, Louisville Slugger Museum. We know them and all the history that they hold for this city, and we appreciate all the fun as well. Okay, this is the dream team here. Right. All right, we got the dream team here. You all are rappelling for a reason down the Louisville Slugger Museum and Factory. This is going to be Saturday, September 7th. So you have time, Saturday, September 7th. Let's first, I want to talk to each group. Tia Lynn, let's talk to you first. Critically Loved. I want everybody to make sure they know who you are and why you are.
We're a nonprofit, and we serve families of critically and chronically ill children. And everything that we do is at no cost to families. They're already overwhelmed with time off work to care for their child, medical bills. And so fundraisers like this allow us to keep all of our programming at no cost to them. And it's such a fun way to do it, too. Who doesn't want to rappel next to the big bat?
And that's huge. I mean, that's huge what you do. Because you're right, they already have so much on their plate, and sometimes it's expensive. I can't even imagine how much money you will need in order to do the things that you do.
Yeah, and I'm a special needs parent myself. I thought we were going to be in the lifetime payment program to Norton Children's Hospital because medical bills are a lot for families like us. And so
it's just too overwhelming.
Yeah.
You don't have time to think about money. You have to think about your child.
Absolutely. You have to think about both, unfortunately.
Well, you do.
We provide that support.
I mean, you do. You do have to think about it if you want to be in the real world.
Yeah.
And Eddie Bobbitt, who has Camp Quality, you all saw them. Sean Bowdy went to Camp Quality last week and showed you those. I have lots of babies out there that I followed since they were little. You all let those babies be kids regardless of what's going on with their cancer.
Yeah, absolutely. So at Camp Quality, our mission is to let kids with cancer be kids again. So we try to provide year-round programming, and just like Critically Loved, all of our programs are completely free. And that's only possible through generous support from our community members and fundraisers like Over the Edge. We just got back from camp a couple days ago. It was a hot week, but again, a very rewarding week so that our kids could just get away from the diagnosis and get away from the hospital visits and whatnot and just go be kids again.
Yeah, and sometimes I think it just eases their spirit, too, and gives them a little more fight.
Oh, no question.
One of the campers, Addie, who I can remember holding her in the hospital when she was little. Now she's in 8th grade, and she sent me a picture, and I was like, what are you doing so big?
Absolutely. That happens every year at camp. I do a double take on the basketball court. I'm like, is that
But I'm so happy to see them so big.
Yeah.
It is a blessing. And then they couldn't do what they do. Andrew, you all step up. God bless, because you don't have to.
Yeah. I mean, I just, you said the dream team earlier, and for the museum, Hillerk and Bradsby Company, to be able to partner with these two organizations is really very meaningful for us. We want to be there for our community just in the same way that they're there for their community. So what just a great opportunity to help support these organizations and do something as memorable as rappelling next to the big bat. I mean, how incredible is that? I mean, it's a lot of fun, and just the mission that these two have is just so valuable.
Well, we know you don't have to do it, but we appreciate that you're doing it. So let me say thank you first, because I've seen what they do, and they need it. So how do we do this? Who can do it? How do we do it?
Anybody between 100 and 300 pounds can rappel. And if you don't want to rappel, we have special needs families who we provide that experience to, and you can sponsor them.
You can sponsor them.
Yeah, you can sponsor the families. A company can sponsor the special needs family, and then they can promote it and share it and show up and cheer on them as they're rappelling. Every participant gets one of these really cool bats. Louisville Slugger provides these with
that's the neatest.
The logo on it and the event on it, so it's very cool T-shirt you get. And it's just a great, fun event. It's a street party. We have food trucks and an MC and music, and it's just a great way to celebrate special needs in our community. And we really appreciate the building hosting us because they don't charge us anything to do that. They're amazing.
All right. In order to do that, to sponsor, where can they send that money, or how can people sign up?
So on both of our websites, we partnered with Camp Quality in this event, and they're one of our partners anyway. We share in our programming. But on either one of our websites, you can go on our main page and click on it and get more information, and then sign up from there.
All right. You can see Give Over the Edge.events. You see that there. And they can also just give to you always, but anybody, even if it's somebody that just wants to go over the edge and donate that money, they can do that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Eddie's going to tell us about the teams too. There's like competitions that you can have rappelling.
Absolutely. In the spirit of the slugger and baseball, we got to talk about competition,
Got to
right?
compete, because that's what we do.
So both Critically Loved and Camp Quality, we have slots where we would love for, if there's any schools out there, maybe they have a rival or whatnot, that they could come out. Social groups, and they could compete.
Fraternities.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. We would love that because although it could be a competition, a fun competition, ultimately the people that are going to win are the kids at Camp Quality and the parents or the families of Critically Loved. So.
And there's two ropes, so they can rappel at the same time and even race.
And we'll scream for you and see what happens. You have time to do this. It's not until September 7th. You see the information there. So let's go over the edge, and let's just go over the moon with the money that they will receive. Did we miss anything?
I don't believe so.
All right. Thank you again, Louisville Slugger. Thank you for what you do. And everybody, let's support give.overtheedge.events. Again, thank you.
Thank you, Dawne.
I appreciate what you do.